Sakamoto Days, adapted from Yuto Suzuki's hit manga and animated by TMS Entertainment, is a high-octane action comedy that follows Taro Sakamoto, a retired legendary hitman balancing family life with his violent past. Episode 12, titled Overload, aired on July 14, 2025, marking the start of the second cour and diving into the death row prisoners arc. I found myself thrilled by the episode's explosive re-entry into the fray, yet frustrated by its inconsistent animation and rushed pacing, leaving me eager to see if it can harness its chaotic potential for deeper storytelling. After Episode 11's lighter casino showdown, where Sakamoto, Shin, and Lu faced Wutong to uncover the bounty's source, Episode 12 plunges into the death row prisoners arc. The episode opens with Slur's 4 escaped convicts, led by the theatrical Saw, unleashing brutal carnage across Japan. While Sakamoto and Haisuk train at the convenience store, Shin and Lu, out shopping, encounter Saw, who seeks an exciting kill. Shin's telepathic powers awaken further during a tense battle, hinting at his potential. Meanwhile, the Order, an elite assassin group, mobilizes to hunt the convicts, setting the stage for a larger conflict. The episode ends with Shin's fight unresolved, teasing escalated stakes. Episode 12 launches the death row prisoners arc with a jolt, advancing the main plot by introducing Slur's deadly quartet and their mission to eliminate Sakamoto's team. The major turning point is Shin's confrontation with Saw, which reveals his evolving telepathic abilities, a key development in his arc. The episode sets up the Order's countermission, raising questions about Slur's motives and the convicts' backstories while resolving none from the prior cour. I think it effectively rekindles tension post-break, but its focus on action over narrative depth feels abrupt, echoing the first cour's uneven pacing. The pacing is frenetic, with rapid cuts between the convicts' carnage and Shin's fight, which I personally don't understand given the need for clearer context to anchor the arc stakes. Shin, Lu, Saw, and Sakamoto are central, with the Order and Haisuk in supporting roles. Shin's desperation against Saw, coupled with his telepathic "I can see your future" moment, reveals newfound confidence, though his fear of slowing Sakamoto down persists. Lu's sharp wit shines when she taunts Saw, but her role feels secondary. Saw's theatrical cruelty, seen in his monologue about exciting deaths, establishes him as a flamboyant yet one-dimensional threat. Sakamoto remains a steady force, his training with Haisuk showing calm mentorship. I really appreciate Shin's subtle growth, but I'm against Saw's caricature-like portrayal, which lacks nuance. Their actions align with established traits, with Shin showing modest development, though Lu's underuse didn't please me. The episode explores themes of growth through adversity, loyalty, and the cost of violence. Shin's struggle against Saw highlights growth under pressure, his telepathic awakening symbolizing untapped potential. The team's loyalty to Sakamoto, seen in Shin and Lu's refusal to flee, underscores their bond. The convicts' gruesome opening, with blood-soaked massacres, reflects violence's toll, contrasting Sakamoto's no-kill rule. I think these themes are conveyed through Shin's fight and the convicts' brutality, but the comedic tone, Haisuk's puppy-snuggling gag, dilutes their weight. I also anticipate deeper exploration of loyalty's limits, but I don't think this episode balances its serious and silly elements effectively, leaning too heavily on action. The episode expands the assassin underworld by introducing the Order, a shadowy elite group, and the 4 death row convicts, each with distinct killing styles, like Saw's dramatic flair. The modern Japanese setting, with urban streets and Sakamoto's store, grounds the chaos, while mentions of the Japanese Association of Assassins, JAA, hint at a structured criminal hierarchy. I think this adds intrigue, but the lack of detail on Slur's plan or the Order's dynamics feels vague. I hope future episodes clarify the JAA's role and the convicts' origins to enrich the stakes. The dialogue is punchy but uneven. Shin's "I can see it, your future" carries intensity, while Lu's quip "you talk too much" adds levity. Saw's verbose taunts, like "let's make this death sparkle," feel overdone, veering into cliché. The writing excels in action, with Shin's telepathic surge providing a punchline, but its reliance on familiar shonen tropes, like the overconfident villain, limits originality. I didn't like how the script schemes over the Order's introduction, missing a chance for depth. The writing is serviceable but plays it safe, a choice I personally don't understand given the manga's creative potential. TMS Entertainment delivers mixed animation. Shin's fight with Saw features fluid choreography, with telepathic effects rendered as vibrant purple pulses, but the convicts' opening carnage lacks detail, appearing stiff. The art style, faithful to Suzuki's manga, uses bold lines and a paper texture aesthetic, though the urban backgrounds feel generic. The blood-soaked opening is visually striking but overly graphic, risking gratuitousness. I really appreciate the telepathic visuals, but I'm against the inconsistent quality, with some scenes feeling rushed compared to the manga's dynamic panels. The quality dips noticeably from earlier standout episodes, a letdown that didn't didn't please me. Director Masaki Watanabe employs dynamic angles, like a low shot of Saw's looming figure, to heighten menace, and close-ups on Shin's determined eyes to convey resolve. The opening's rapid cuts between convicts amplify chaos but feel disorienting. The editing in Shin's fight is snappy, though comedic interludes, like Haisuk's puppy moment, disrupt tension. I think the direction captures the arc's intensity but could temper its chaotic cuts to focus on emotional beats, a choice I personally don't understand given the need for clarity. Emotional Impact and Reflections Episode 12 evokes excitement, unease, and mild frustration. Shin's telepathic surge sparked thrill, while the convict's brutal opening stirred discomfort, though its excess felt gratuitous. The most impactful moment is Shin's "I can see your future" line, its intensity lingering as a sign of his potential. The episode leaves an energetic impression but lacks emotional depth, prompting reflection on Shin's growth but not the broader stakes. I found myself engaged but craving more focus on the order and slur to elevate the arc's weight. The major philosophical lesson is the power of latent potential in adversity. Shin's telepathic awakening under Saw's pressure suggests hidden strengths emerge through challenge, while Sakamoto's mentorship reflects the value of guidance in unlocking that potential. The episode underscores that growth requires facing overwhelming odds, a reminder to embrace struggles as catalysts for change. Episode 12 of Sakamoto Days is a thrilling, chaotic return, excelling in Shimazaki's performance, the new opening, and Shin's telepathic surge. Its strengths lie in its action-packed setup, vibrant character dynamics, and the Order's introduction. However, inconsistent animation, rushed pacing, and Saw's one-dimensional portrayal temper its impact. I think the episode succeeds in launching the death row prisoner's arc but struggles to balance action with narrative depth, a flaw that didn't please me compared to the manga's finesse. I anticipate the series will thrive if it refines its animation and deepens Slur's motives. For now, episode 12 is an uneven yet engaging kickoff that keeps me intrigued for Sakamoto's next move. Sakamoto Days, adapted from Yuto Suzuki's manga and animated by TMS Entertainment, is a frenetic action comedy blending the mundane life of retired hitman Taro Sakamoto with his inescapable assassin past. Episode 13, titled Just Desserts, aired on July 21, 2025, as the second episode of the second core, deepening the death row prisoner's arc. This episode captivated me with its relentless action and surprising emotional undercurrents, yet its uneven execution left me questioning whether it can fully capitalize on the series' potential for nuanced storytelling. Following episode 12's explosive introduction of Slur's death row convicts and Shin's telepathic awakening against Saw, episode 13 escalates the conflict. Shin and Lu continue their desperate battle against Saw, whose theatrical brutality pushes them to their limits. Meanwhile, Nagumo, a master of disguise from the Order, warns Sakamoto about the convicts at the convenience store, hinting at his own ulterior motives. Haisuk joins Shin and Lu, using his sniper skills to turn the tide against Saw, while Sakamoto prepares for an impending clash with another convict. The episode ends with Saw's defeat and a cryptic tease of Slur's broader plan, leaving the team on edge. Episode 13 propels the death row prisoner's arc forward by intensifying Shin and Lu's confrontation with Saw, culminating in his defeat, a significant turning point that showcases their growth. Nagumo's warning to Sakamoto introduces the looming threat of the remaining convicts, raising questions about Slur's endgame and the Order's role in countering it. The episode resolves the immediate Saw conflict, but leaves the larger mystery of the bounty and Slur's motives unanswered, maintaining tension. I think it effectively advances the arc by balancing action with setup, but its heavy focus on the fight overshadows narrative progression, making it feel more like a stepping stone than a pivotal chapter. The pacing is breakneck, with the Saw battle dominating screen time, which I personally don't understand given the need for deeper context about the Order and Slur to ground the stakes. Shin, Lu, Haisuk, Saw, and Nagumo are central, with Sakamoto in a supporting role. Shin's evolving telepathy, seen in his precise dodge of Saw's blade with a gritted, "I've got you now," reveals growing confidence, though his insecurity about being a burden persists. Lu's fiery defiance, taunting Saw with "your all talk," underscores her resilience, but her role remains secondary. Haisuk's clutch sniper shot, delivered with a nervous, "I can't miss this," highlights his determination to prove himself. Saw's theatrical obsession with exciting deaths feels repetitive, lacking depth, while Nagumo's cryptic smile and casual, "you're still a target," hint at hidden agendas. I really appreciate Shin and Haisuk's growth, but I'm against Saw's one-note villainy, which limits emotional investment. Their actions align with established traits, with Shin and Haisuk showing modest development, though Lu's underused didn't please me. The episode explores themes of teamwork, resilience, and the burden of a violent past. Shin, Lu, and Haisuk's collaboration against Saw emphasizes teamwork strength, their combined efforts overcoming his brute force. Resilience shines through Shin's refusal refusal to give up despite being outmatched, while Sakamoto's calm preparation reflects the inescapable weight of his hitman history. The Saw fight, with its chaotic choreography, and Nagumo's warning underscore these themes, but the comedic gags, like Haisuke's puppy distraction from episode 12 lingering in a flashback, dilute their impact. I think the themes are conveyed effectively through the action, but I don't think the episode fully explores the emotional toll of violence, a missed opportunity for depth. I also anticipate the series will delve into Sakamoto's past to enrich these themes, though this episode prioritizes spectacle over substance. The episode expands the assassin underworld by fleshing out the order through Nagumo's enigmatic presence, suggesting a complex hierarchy within the Japanese Association of Assassins, JAA. The urban setting, with its gritty streets and Sakamoto's modest store, contrasts the high-stakes assassin world, grounding the chaos. Saw's mention of Slur's grand vision hints at a larger conspiracy, but details remain vague. I think this adds intrigue, but the lack of clarity on the convict's origins or the JAA's structure feels like a gap. I hope future episodes provide more context to anchor the escalating conflict. The dialogue is sharp but formulaic. Shin's, "I can read your every move," carries intensity, while Lu's, "Keep talking loser," adds spunk. Nagumo's sly, "You can't escape your past," is intriguing but underdeveloped, and Saw's verbose, "This death will be spectacular," grows tiresome. The writing excels in action beats, like Haisuke's sniper moment, but leans on shonen cliches, such as the overconfident villain trope. I didn't like how the script glosses over Nagumo's motives, missing a chance to deepen the Order's role. The writing is engaging but lacks originality, a choice I personally don't understand given the manga's blend of wit and drama. TMS Entertainment's animation is inconsistent. The Shinlu Haisuke fight against Saw features fluid choreography, with dynamic telepathic effects in purple hues and Haisuke's sniper shot rendered with crisp precision. However, the urban backgrounds lack detail, and Saw's repetitive attacks appear stiff compared to the manga's vibrant panels. The art style remains faithful to Suzuki's bold lines and paper texture aesthetic, but the episode's opening carnage feels overly graphic. The telepathic visuals are a striking highlight, though minor inconsistencies in crowd scenes detract. I really appreciate the fight's energy, but I'm against the uneven quality, which falls short of competitors like Dandadan Season 2. The animation is serviceable but doesn't match the manga's flair, a letdown that didn't please me. Direction and cinematography director Masaki Watanabe uses tight close-ups on Shin's focused eyes and wide shots of Saw's towering frame to amplify tension. The sniper sequence, framed against a crumbling alley, is a standout, but rapid cuts during the fight can feel chaotic, disrupting flow. The comedic interludes, like Lu's exaggerated scowl, clash with the serious tone. I think the direction captures the action's thrill but could linger on emotional beats, like Shin's self-doubt, to deepen impact, a choice I personally don't understand given the need for balance. Emotional Impact and Reflections episode 13 evokes excitement, tension, and mild disappointment. The Shinlu Haisuke fight sparked adrenaline, particularly Haisuke's sniper shot, while Nagumo's cryptic warning stirred intrigue. The most impactful moment is Shin's telepathic surge, his defiant stand against Saw lingering as a testament to his growth. The episode leaves a thrilling but shallow impression, prompting reflection on teamwork but not deeper stakes. I found myself engaged but craving more focus on Nagumo and Slur to elevate the arc's emotional weight. The major philosophical lesson is the strength found in collective effort. Shin, Lu, and Haisuke's victory over Saw highlights how teamwork overcomes individual limitations, while Sakamoto's mentorship reflects the value of guidance in fostering resilience. The episode suggests that true power lies in unity, a reminder to lean on others in times of crisis. Episode 13 of Sakamoto Days is a high-energy chapter, excelling in Shimazaki and Suzuki's performances, the dynamic fight choreography, and the stylish opening. Its strengths lie in its action-packed momentum, Shin and Haisuke's growth, and the tease of Nagumo's role. However, inconsistent animation, formulaic writing, and Saw's shallow villainy temper its impact. I think the episode succeeds in advancing the death row prisoner's arc but struggles to balance action with narrative depth, a flaw that didn't please me compared to the manga's finesse. I anticipate the series will thrive if it refines its visuals and deepens Slur's conspiracy. For now, episode 13 is an exhilarating yet flawed installment that keeps me hooked for Sakamoto's next challenge.